Howdy folks, PC Cowboy coming at you again. Hey, y'all may notice that I'm wearing a different shirt. This is now going to be the official uniform of the Patriotic Christian Cowboy. It's got all the elements covered except one. I gotta get my PRCA patch, which I didn't think of until just after Trish had already prepared this for me. I've got a cross and a Bible right there. The Q Army. Those of you who don't know what the Q Army is, do a search on QAnon. That's Q-A-N-O-N. Now, last night, Donald John Trump gave his State of the Union message. It was a very powerful message. Of course, what do you expect? That man, every word he says is thought out and measured. Now, Donald John Trump talked about our greatest generation, the World War II veterans. My hat's off to those boys. But anyway, he also, in talking about that, he talked about the fact that America has long been an ally of Israel. And that many years have gone by that presidents have been talking about moving our capital, or our embassy, to Jerusalem. But it took Donald John Trump to get her done. Again, he is a man of his word, and when he says he's going to do something, by jingos, he does it. And y'all have to forgive me for a minute. There's a strange vehicle in the neighborhood. I'm trying to figure out what they're doing back here. For those of you that don't know, I live on a road that's not in the best shape, and basically only those that live on it go on it. So when I see a strange vehicle, it gets me alerted, especially in times like this, because folks around here know that I'm a patriot, that I'm a Trumper, that I am a member of the Q Army. And, well, you know, some of the demon rats, they don't like the Q Army. Why? Because the Q Army is all about something that Democrats don't like. It's called truth. It's called patriotism. It's called the American way. Well, folks, I'm one American who's sick and tired of the Democrats doing what they call politically correct speech. Well, let me tell you what politically correct is in this country. It's the Constitution of the United States. It's the Declaration of Independence of the United States. And more than that, it's the motto of the United States. The motto of the United States, most people know it, but I like to say it just to rub it in the face of the demon rats. The motto of the United States is, "In God we trust." And folks, that in God we trust, that ain't talking about that Allah. You know, I saw the name Allah written out in Sanskrit one time. Sure as heck looked a lot like a slithering snake. And if you don't believe me, Google it. You'll find it looks a lot like a slithering snake. Well, I tell you something, folks. When this cowboy sees a snake, he knows what to do. What do, you ask? Cut the snake's head off. Now, y'all notice that in addition to the new outfit, I'm also adding a few graphic effects. I'm trying to make my show more entertaining for y'all, but at the same time give you information. Now, I do have one other thing that I want to talk about. and that is the Trump, Cowboys for Trump. You know, you hear a lot of talk these days about this group called Bikers for Trump. Well, bikers are okay, but, well, like my buddy Chris Ledoux says, it's a well-known fact that bikers and cowboys, well, they just never have got along. Now, there's a lot that we have in common, and like Chris said in his song, you know, I bet if we was to sit down and talk, we'd find we got a lot in common. We both love our freedom. We'll answer to no man. And, well, he said a few other things, but yeah, I'm going to let y'all go find out for yourselves by giving a listen on YouTube to the song This Cowboy's Hat by Chris Ledoux. I lost Chris a few years back to cancer. He was a fine man, a great musician, and a darn good friend. In fact, those of you who've seen my picture with me holding my guitar, which, well, since my mini stroke, I don't play the guitar as much as I used to, but anyway, on that guitar, I've got a decal of a silhouetted guitar, and on it says, "Just let do it." Now, those who knew Chris understand that. Some of the rest of you may not, and that's okay. Chris was a patriot. In fact, he did a song that maybe next time I do a video, I'll play that song for y'all. But I'm starting to reminisce, and it's dangerous because I'm getting off track. That mini stroke affected me in a lot of ways. In fact, I realized that's one of the reasons that when I was trying to read those sermons from before, I had a little trouble with it, because due to the stroke, my memory sometimes gets short, and I was losing my place on the page. So what I'm probably going to do from now on is just take and put little brief notes, which I used to do that when I was preaching all the time. I'd put basically an outline on the paper, and I'd look at the outline and know where I was. But I tell you what, when you got a lot of lines of little writing, it ain't easy to keep your place. But talking about keeping your place, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, there's one place that I don't ever want to lose, and that's my place in heaven. Now, y'all know that I am the patriotic Christian cowboy. It could well be the Christian patriot cowboy, but patriotic Christian cowboy just seemed like an easier flow to it. Now, I want to show y'all something. I want to show you this here pic. A friend of mine sent me this. I don't know if it's showing up well, but it's got the praying cowboy on it, which is the Methodists have their cross with a flame. That's universally recognized as their symbol. Most Christians are identified by the cross. The Jewish people, they have the Star of David, and the Messianic Jews have a Star of David with a cross on it. Well, cowboy Christians, we have the image of a cowboy with his horse behind him, kneeling at the cross in prayer. And, well, a real cowboy lives his life by prayer. And if you don't believe that, ask yourself, if I was going to strap myself on a ton of hamburger meat on a hook, wouldn't that be a good time to pray? Anyway, okay, I figured out that vehicle was somebody coming to visit one of the neighbors, and the neighbor wasn't home. So the neighbor came in, and now they're back. Anyway, folks, I realized that y'all were probably expecting the last message in the Masonic series. I'll do that for you tomorrow. But after Donald John Trump's fantastic State of the Union message, inspiring hope in the hearts of all patriots, I just had to do this one. Now, it looks like to me that the Democrats had better get their thing together, because otherwise President Trump has proven he's not afraid to shut the government down to get done what needs to get done. In his talk, he even talked about a human wall. Well, I think from the way he said it, he's talking about using the military for that human wall. Well, I'll tell you something. This is one cowboy who would be more than willing to park my wheelchair on a human wall and shoot any illegal that tries to come across. Now, I'll admit, I've shot 6 shooters, particularly the Ruger Vaquero is one of my favorites. I've shot 12 gauge shotguns. I've shot lever action rifles. I've never actually fired a military weapon, but I bet you I could learn real fast. Anyway, I want y'all to know that the motto, WWG1WGA, where we go one, we go all. The Patriotic Christian Cowboy backs Donald John Trump all the way. And on the 15th of this month, the Cowboys for Trump are going to be assembling to do a horseback ride into Washington, D.C., carrying American flags, showing support for our president. Well, Donald John Trump, you got my support, sir. Nancy Pelosi needs to realize she needs to pull her hand out of her shirt. She ain't Napoleon. And she sure as heck ain't the President of the United States. And as long as I'm alive, I'll do everything I can to see that she doesn't become President of the United States. And with that, 2 more things. Number 1, subscribe. Hit that little button down there that says subscribe. Share this video. And you see that little bell there? Push that bell so you get notified when my next message comes out. Now, I can't always guarantee in advance that the message is going to be what you think it's going to be. Because sometimes I'll come up with something that I just have to get off my chest. But then again, that's the Patriot way. Folks, Jesus loves you. I love you. And hopefully we'll see you next time. Until then, may your horse never stumble. May your cinch never break. May your belly never grumble. And may your heart never ache. This is the PC Cowboy. We're going to sign off. Yeehaw!